So in honor of Halloween, I wanted to share my favorite games that are creepy, not scary. Now, and by creepy, I mean games that are mostly chill. There's not really any jump scares or like, monsters or things that you're like battling and stuff like that. Most of these games are very, very chill games. And I'm going to put them in order of ones that are probably the most creepy to the very least creep like levels ever, out of my favorites. Half of this list are games that I'm still in the process of playing and I haven't finished, but I like them a lot so far. So the first game that we are actually going to start with is a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, I loved this game so much. It's about this girl who is pregnant and she's going back to her old family home where generations have lived and died. Like, everyone is dead except her. And so she's going back and just kind of exploring her roots and where there's believed to be like a curse on the family, and she's just kind of like going back and seeing like the stories of all of the people, because her grandmother, great grandmother, I can't remember, just kind of like set up all these like memorials for like absolutely everybody who has died since they moved to that house. There are memorials on the grounds and also all throughout the house, and it's a lot of like exploration as far as like stories. There are like puzzles and things. So it does do a lot of like there's some grief. There might be some things, some situations that can be triggering because it deals with a lot of death. Nothing is gory. It shows no like details, or they do talk about and show kind of how people died, but they never show like how they died. They never show like it actually happening, which I appreciate. But this is really, really cool. One of the things I will say about this game, there is one part of this game that is actually scary. Where, just as a heads up, if you want to skip this little blurb, no spoilers, but spoiler alert, there is a part where you go into the story of one of the family members who died, and there's a comic book that you look through, and it plays out as like, I don't know if any of you remember this show, but like Tales of the Crypt Keeper type of story. And so it's very scary, creepy monsters fighting something type thing. It's not long, but it is probably the scariest thing about this game. Everything else is just very chill. But if you do play that game, just know that that is the only part that you're actually like come up against a baddie in this to actually deal with. And so that's the only like scary bit. But like I said, everything else is very cool, very puzzly and point and click and exploration, and it's really, really cool. I loved like hearing all the stories and stuff. And there's like game, I don't want to say specifically which character or which family member it's connected to because I don't want to give any spoilers, but there is a game called Unfinished Swan that is theorized is connected to this game and is about one of the family members kind of thing, which I really want to play that. Well, I've actually started that game, and so I also need to finish that game. See if there's any like other mention of that family member. Next we have Blackwood Crossing. This game was a lot of fun as well. It's also very point and click. There's no monsters to fight or anything. Everything is a lot seems a lot creepier than it actually is. It's like puzzle solving and trying to, you know, locate your brother. You're like a big sister, and trying to solve these puzzles, which is really, really cool. Most of it's like half conversation, like these things are talking to somebody and you gotta like connect them to who they're talking to. And this is also a game I think that also deals with grief, if I remember. It's been a while since I played it. But this was a lot of fun. Then there's Call of the Sea. This is also a game that I have not finished. We're probably like halfway maybe through this. You are a woman who is ill, and her husband has gone off to this island on an expedition with a team trying to find a cure for your illness, and you're finding out that things are kind of really, really weird. There's like this ooze stuff, and it's also point and click. There's nothing to fight. There are like some creepy, like she has some visions of things that are just kind of really brief. But it's also, this is very heavily puzzle game, like trying to find like how things work and stuff, which was really, really cool. And then this one, I wasn't sure where to put this on my creepy scale, because this game, Everyone Has Gone to the Rapture, is very open world. You are the only person around. There is nobody anywhere, but you run into like little like remnants of like what was happening before everybody, like what certain people were doing right before people just kind of vanished, I guess. And you run across like little scenes like this where like you're running across little lights or ghosts that are having conversations about, I guess these are conversations that are happening right before they up and disappeared. Hey baby! My tiny one just walked in with Peppa Pig. You want to play? Mm-hmm. Alright, give me 2 seconds. Let's play, okay?
Okay.
So while I was trying to record footage of this game, I was also trying to remember how this game worked, because I actually put this game down for a while because, like I said, I was confused of where to put this on my creepy scale, because this game, because of the vastness of nobody is around, and it has a very backrooms type feel where it's like it's so empty, but it feels like there's something out there like creeping around, but there's nothing. It's just you are trying to figure out what happened. Like there's signs everywhere for some sort of sickness, but like that's it. Also, it took me forever to refigure out how these things work. There's like these little light things. I can't remember what they do. But like there's like something that you have to do before, like I have to figure out what I have to do before I can trigger that, and I can't even remember what that does. Baby's jumping on the bed. But yeah, you run across stuff like this where like this person like left a message for her daughter, and there's so much random stuff. But like this game, it kind of got to me. I was like, okay, I can't handle the amount of nobody, the emptiness of this game. So I'm gonna have to put this down. I was a bit too creeped out. So this was probably, for me, this is probably the creepiest game for me. But on the general public, like the general like weak at heart people, I assume this is probably lower. So this is why this is on this, this is like halfway through the video of my list of games. So, but yeah, next up is a game from Double Fine, which I absolutely love the animation on their games. This one is Knights and Bikes, and all of their games that I've played by them have had similar like animation, and I love it so much. But this one is like, you find a friend and you guys are like adventuring and trying to save the island of Penfurzy by finding a treasure, because this island was like an attraction for people and tourists to come and explore and stuff, but it's kind of fallen on hard financial times and looks like it's gonna go bankrupt. And so this little girl, Demelza, she's like, I'm going to rescue the island. I'm gonna find this this treasure that, has so much lore behind it, and I'm gonna rescue the treasure and rescue the island. And so it's you and your newly found best friend Nessa, and you're adventuring and fighting. There are like ghosts and monsters and stuff in this, but they're not like scary. Like, this game isn't scary. It does have a lot of fighting in it, so but it's a really fun game. I loved it a lot. And I gotta say, I absolutely love the soundtrack for this game as well. My kids loved like the opening song, and there's a song at the end of the game called Battle of the Puffins. Oh my gosh, I love that song so much. I have that song on my happy playlist, and I love it so much. But this game is so much fun. It's you and it's Demelza, Nessa, and they have like a little goose like friend also that like helps them in their battling and stuff. But this game was really cute, and so yeah, I really highly suggest checking this game out. And this last game is I Am Dead. This is a really, really fun game. It's not creepy at all. Basically, you are the late curator of a museum, and you get reunited with your dog, and your dog is like, hey, so this big thing is gonna come to the island, is gonna happen on the island, and so we need to find somebody who can help save it. Because if we don't find somebody, bad things are gonna happen. But so it's you looking for like other ghosts in order to find like the top candidates for ones that can help, and you have the ability to, I don't know, some sort of like x-ray vision when you're looking for like clues and hints for things. So it's like, it's a point and click, and it's, an exploration game and like finding hidden objects type game, and it's really fun. Like, this is another game that I'm only like partially through, but this is such a like chill game. Like, no fighting or anything, just looking for clues type thing, which is really, really neat. So if you are a faint of heart, if the rest of these games sound way too creepy for you, I highly, highly suggest I Am Dead, because it is just very, like, it's very chill. Very, very chill dead game. So I hope that, this list has given you some, some interest, some games that have piqued your interest if you are a wimp like me who can't do creepy, scary things. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for checking out the list, and guess we'll see you guys next time. Happy Halloween.